All right, I did not record an intro on the site, so we are doing this here. Las Vegas Grand Prix track walk. I'm going to show you the majority of the track. Obviously, some places I don't have access to. Just walk the streets of Las Vegas, from the Las Vegas Strip to Harmon to Koval, Sands, all the roads that the track is on. Showed you some of the track, parts of the track I walked on technically, and then any of the changes, whether it's the grandstands, hospitality areas, and then just some updates on the lighting and all that. So I hope you enjoy. And here we got turn 17. There you can see the main pit area, pit building, grandstand. Hold on. But as I was saying, doing a lot of construction on the grandstands over there. Sure, they're putting up lights. You can see some of the catch fences down there. We'll get closer, but then we're also going to go or some of the grandstands over there. But this is the part of the track where they turn off into the main area. You can see the racetrack there, the starting slots, pit lane, entrance to pit lane somewhere over those cars. It's hard to catch traffic at the right time. But there's the pit building. There's the curve, turn 17, where the lights kind of literally curve around. Once again, you can kind of see they're doing construction on this grandstand up here, building it back up. So yeah, and they got a bunch of fans inside the giant F1 logo on the roof, so that's neat. And then this is the back side of the front stretch grandstands. This area over here with all the construction tools, equipment, vehicles, that is where last year they had the fan zone. They had a stage way back there where the white tent is. They had all the food. They have a F1 game simulator thingamawatch back there, drink stands, whatever. And then we sat like right here, so as they raise something up. So that's the start finish kind of section and what they're doing right now. I am literally standing in the pit entrance right here. You can see the pink lines, but remember last year the pit entrance, it's kind of a curve. It looks like it's going to stay that way, the way they got the white lines right there. So that's the pit entry, curves, slow them down, all that stuff. But now we're on turn 17. You can see the paint, maybe formerly a curb, but now we're on the front stretch, kind of, turn 17. But there you can see all the way down to turn 1. Here we got the back side of the pit building. You can see the escalator up into the whatever offices, teams, and then you got the back side of the garages down there. Team hospitality area where they'll set up, I'm sure. And then we're about to go over there to the what's it called? Turns 2. Well, I guess turn 2 is technically down there, but turns 3 and 4 down here, and then we'll come back onto Koval. I got some protection here from this nice barrier, but this is right off of turn 4. So this right here is turn 3 coming around to 4, but the first major difference, this is the same. This was here last year, this hospitality area. Now the first big change, those were regular grandstands last year on turns 3 and 4. They have now been transformed into hospitality suites. And if we come down here, you can kind of see it, but those are regular grandstands. Last year, that was not the case because those were there and they were there. So there's a little better look at the track. You can see that's where they store all the barriers and whatnot. They're still building a bunch of stuff, but a pretty good progress on this hospitality area. Backside of the pit building still. And then, as I said, we're gonna come down here. Walked over this bridge a few times last November. So just like over here on turns 3 and 4, the exit of turn 2, entrance of turn 3, those were grandstands last year. Remember, Red Bull had their big kind of grandstand area, but now that is a hospitality kind of area as well. So lots of changes in terms of the seating. You see they got the lights. Well, I guess those lights are always up because no one drives there. But then the lights pretty much up all the way down Koval. And then, as I said, these are grandstands now. They used to be over there. And those used to be over here. I've said it like 50 times now. Then that bridge over there takes you to the exit. We got more grandstands on Koval across from Ellis Island, who's doing their own construction, but I think it's just for their hotel, not F1 related. And here's the bridge that goes over Flamingo. It's caused a lot of controversy actually locally with this store, I believe, and that gas station across the street, lowering traffic amounts and lowering the amount of business they get and whatnot. But this is a car bridge that the driver actually drove over it yesterday. Probably should have taken a video of that, but well, too late. I tried. Well, actually I didn't, but anyways. Now we're going down that way, down Koval to see the Sphere. So this year, this is further down Koval past Flamingo. They have grandstands there, grandstands down there. I swear there were hospitality areas. This is behind the Ferris wheel, high roller, Flamingo, Link, Harrah's. So I think they had hospitality versus grandstands, but I could be wrong. So getting closer to turn 5 in the Sphere, you can see they still have a good bit of lights up on that side. I guess that's west. I believe that's west, but they got the lights up over there, got some of the catch fence barriers up, but obviously not quite finished because traffic's still flowing. We're about a month out from the race. So here's the end of the straight on Koval, and then we turn into turn 5, and as you can see, once again, I'm walking on the racetrack. I am on turn 5 of the Las Vegas Grand Prix circuit. Look down there, there's 5, and then it eventually curves around to 6, 7, 8, and then 9 turns on to sands. But then, more importantly than everything, it's the Sphere. If it was dark, this would be so cool. It's still pretty damn cool though. See, there's a great shot of the Sphere. Look how active it is. And it did its citizenly duty, apparently. Anyways, back to the track. We're in between turns 5 and 6. You can see they have actually got the majority of the grandstands done here. See, they're still doing a little work over there, but catch fences are up. Track looks nice and paved, I think. I'm no pavement expert, but you can see stands look pretty good. We'll walk down there. You can see the lights up for 6, 7, 8 and that little weird chicane. Look at the Sphere. But I believe this is one of the pedestrian bridges. So if you're sitting over here, you come back and then they have the fan. I think I didn't come over here, or I wasn't over here, but last year on the map, they had their fan zone back here. You can come get food, get merchandise, see cool stuff, whatever they were doing. But look at the Sphere being all fancy. But this is turns, as I said, down there 5, and then this is kind of 6, 7, and then 7 and 8 really are down there in that chicane. Once again, standing on the track kind of. Couldn't really get in the chicane. They got a bunch going on at the Sphere and whatnot, but as you can see here, 7, 8, 9, and then 9 eventually turns back onto the Sands Avenue on the left side here, but you can still see that they got some of the curbing up here on the exit of 9. They got the hearts, the diamonds, spades, clubs, so very Vegas themed. But yeah, that's the chicane there that I could kind of see, but not really. Look at the Sphere. Oh, and then lights update. Yeah, they got them till about here on this side, but no one's coming. I can get out into the street. You can see they got them down a little bit of ways, the lights. I can run on an F1 track. No one's coming. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Living life on the edge. We're about to get through turns 10 through 12 up there. You can see the curve of 10, but you can see right here, lights are back up and got a good chunk down on the right side going down towards, on sands towards Las Vegas Boulevard. But we just came from down there towards what's called the backside of the Sphere area on sands, and then we go down here further down Sands, but here's the curve at turn 10. As I said, good chunk of the lights put up on that side, just not quite on our side of the street yet. So back there, turn 10, coming up through Sands to turn 11. Once again, just kind of a two sweeping curves, but we saw last year what it did to Lando Norris when it knocked him out of the race. But right here in front of the win is where they got this switch over to the left side of the lights. Don't know why they chose here, but once again, this is where Lando Norris crashed down into turn 12 last year. Would be but if Lando did that again this year, that would be a deflating blow to their hopes of the Constructors' Championship. And then which I still doubt, I guess if he somehow gets back in the Drivers' Championship fight, 5 races to go, it's like 56 points. My opinion, not happening. But the Constructors' Championship, still a thing. Here's a better view of 11, really. Can't really see 10 down there, but you can see the sphere. And coming through 11, back down here to 12. And that's where all the action happened last year. That runoff area is where Lando ended up finishing the crash. Lando Norris fans are gonna kill me for bringing up this crash every 5 seconds, but it's also where Max Verstappen sent it on George Russell, and Russell kind of cut down. Russell got a penalty, and then so on and so forth. But this is turn 12. This is when they turn onto the strip, Las Vegas Boulevard, right in front of Treasure Island. And then here's a street view of turn 12, coming down there from Sands, turn here. But they go on the right side over there. You can see where the lights are all lined up right now. And then they go down Las Vegas Boulevard. So this is turn 13, right on the curve of the strip, in front of the now not functioning Mirage, because they're putting a giant guitar right there, and they killed the volcano, which we will never forgive them for, by the way. But you come down here, the curve is somewhere in between here and Caesars. That's turn 13. They got the lights up almost all the way down the rest of the way. All right, where Caesar's Palace is right there. So down the strip right after the curve of turn 13, DRS is somewhere in here, but you can see they've got some hospitality something type suites over here in front of the Bellagio like they had last year. Remember, they carried the podium sitters of Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, and Sergio Perez. They carried them in Rolls Royces down here so they could do their post-race interviews before taking them back to the pit building where they did the official podium. Here's another view of what they're doing in front of the Bellagio. I'm gonna go up and get another better from up there. And here it is again. Can't walk down there because it's under construction, but it's probably the best view we'll get. Here you can kind of see the back side of it and the fountains and all that. All right, so fun story about these trees maybe. We think these are the trees that are over where the grandstand building thingy is over here, because usually there's a sidewalk and all those trees are in there, but they moved them when they put this thing up because they have to go over the trees, and we think that those are the trees, maybe. All right, so we're almost back to we're almost to turn 14. And you can see here, they don't quite have all the light fixtures all the way down, but they have the base stands down here. All right, so here we got turns 14, 15, and 16. You can see that they have some of the light structures up. They got the lights at the runoff. This, of course, is the turn last year where Leclerc made that last lap deep dive into turn 14 to pass Perez for second. And then you come through 14, 15, it's kind of a little bit of a chicane. And then you can kind of see 15 and 16 as well. But as I said, this is 15 and 16. They will be on the right side of the road. They got all the lights up. Well, the structure at least. And you can see down there the bridge. You can see some of the stands, which we're about to walk to. They got more catch fences lined up on Harmon, along with some power generators, I think. I'm not an expert, but as I said, way down there is 14 and 15 and 16. This is straight on Harmon as the crosswalk zone. You can see more lined up over there, but this is Harmon going back to the beginning of the lap. Here in front of the Hilton Grand Vacations on Harmon, they got their zone that they advertise. Hard to read through all the catch fences, but they are building their little hospitality area place, so there it is. Here we got one of the car bridges that goes over Harmon from what is this road here? But sorry, I got the name now. It's Audrey Lane. So yeah, it goes into that lot over there, or that road over there. So they obviously don't have to intersect with the racetrack. Traffic can keep moving over the bridges to an extent, of course. And then we're going to walk over here to the grandstands. And here we're at the Top Golf at turn 17. Turn 17 is down that way. But you can see they're doing the construction on this bridge here that goes back into that kind of parking lot over there with well, parking, not really much else to it, but it comes back into the Top Golf. They go behind the Top Golf. I think they had pickup like cars where you could get picked up last year back there, but yeah, as you can see, they're currently working on it. Then we got another grandstand. I gotta be honest, I don't know what this one's called. I'll look it up online when I'm editing and I'll put in the name, but as you can see, they got some seats in, still working on it, but the grandstand right by the little bridge by the Top Golf.